Thanks so much for being with us on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Joy Lim-Nakra, and I just want to share with you some of the top stories that we are following, and it starts with a mass shooting in Maine where at least 16 people have been killed. I want to show you, this is the person of interest who police are looking for right now. This is the man who is accused of opening fire at a restaurant and a bowling alley last night. It all happened around 7 o'clock in the town of Lewiston, Maine. The man is accused of being an Army Reserve firearms instructor who actually checked into a mental health facility just 2 weeks ago. John Lawrence reports.
Gunfire shatters what started out as an ordinary evening in Lewiston, Maine.
My first reaction was a lot of anger that it was happening in the community because Mainers were much better than this.
Lewiston police are looking for this man, Robert Card, who state officials say is a certified firearms instructor and a member of the U.S. Army Reserves.
Card is considered armed and dangerous. He is a person of interest, however, and that's what we'll label him at moving forward until that changes.
Authorities in Maine tell CNN that the 40-year-old Card recently reported mental health issues and allegedly made threats to shoot up a National Guard base in the state.
You see it on the news and you say that's never going to happen here, and then it happens here, and it just blows your mind.
According to a statement from Maine Senator Angus King, President Joe Biden has offered federal assistance to the state.
I've been stomping these grounds since I was 19 years old, and I'm just overwhelmed.
The FBI's Boston division says it is, quote, ready to assist with any available resources.
We'll continue to gather information so that we can bring the suspect to justice and ultimately seek prosecution down the road.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And, you know, right here in Georgia, there's a proposal to actually keep students in schools safer, protect them from mass shootings by arming teachers. That proposal from Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones certainly causing a lot of controversy. So Jones actually wants to give a pay boost to teachers who will carry a gun to school. He actually believes it's necessary. Other people say it's a dangerous idea, actually. Here's my colleague Joshua Skinner with more.
Yeah, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones was in Winder today to announce new legislative priorities around safety in schools, and that includes paying qualified teachers $10,000 to carry a gun. The announcement came at Austin Road Elementary School.
It's sad, but it is the sign of the times that we're having to, go to these lengths to protect our children.
The new lengths include expanding a 2014 state law allowing teachers to carry guns in schools. The legislation, written by State Senator Max Burns, is expected to be introduced in January.
Part of this legislation creates a certified firearms training program that builds on existing law.
Burns says this program will be developed by the state at no cost to the school systems. Teachers would have to qualify, go through the training, and continue to be recertified.
These are not mandates. This is a local decision by a local school board.
But it's unclear exactly how many school districts would opt in, even with a $10,000 stipend.
There are only 3 districts that have considered it and have dealt with those policies.
Lisa Morgan with the Georgia Association of Educators does not expect this to change the small number of school districts that currently allow teachers to carry.
Arming teachers does not make students safer. In fact, it makes students less safe.
Morgan says it's impossible for teachers to be as qualified as trained professionals when it comes to handling an active shooter scenario. Retired SWAT officer Charles Yarbaugh agrees.
Anyone that's been in a combat situation or a shooting situation will tell you it's not as easy as people think it is. Shooting at paper is paper. When you talk about real world, it's a big difference.
Yarbaugh has nearly 40 years of law enforcement experience, much of that in active shooter training. In his view, arming teachers creates a greater risk of collateral damage.
I think the best thing to do is let the teachers teach and let law enforcement and security personnel that are trained to do that to handle those type of situations.
But everyone agrees safety measures of some kind need to be implemented, whether it be more guns, bulletproof glass and doors, or more school resource officers. The state is leaving that decision in the hands of the school districts.
Classroom teachers should not be armed.
In DeKalb County, Joshua Skinner, Atlanta News First.
Our thanks to Joshua Skinner for that report. Okay, also want to let you know this morning, unfortunately, about a scam, and this involves Watershed management, well, people posing to be Watershed management workers. And so we actually have video of an attempted scam, this sort of scam taking place. My colleague Madeline Montgomery shows you more.
The city's Watershed Department is saying that if you are overdue on a bill, they would never send someone to your house to ask for money like you're going to see in this video. Take a look.
Hello, ma'am. Hey, I'm part of the water department. I'm just letting you know we finna cut your water off.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Okay, for how long?
Until you for forever, until you pay the bill. They send us out here.
Wait, what? You didn't pay the water bill?
You didn't pay the water bill?
I pay the water bill every month.
Luckily, the residents in the video were not fooled by the men. They had their water bills set to auto pay and they knew they had a receipt. City representatives want to make sure that other Atlantans are aware of the scam. They say all Watershed employees carry city issued badges, wear uniforms, and drive department vehicles with city logos. The men in this situation were not caught by police after residents called them. Reporting in downtown Atlanta, I'm Madeline Montgomery, Atlanta News First.
And our thanks to Madeline for that report. Also want to let you know that there is a lawsuit that is taking place. The trial is set to start today in a federal court here in the state of Georgia. But it involves a conservative group who is accused of violating the Voters' Rights Act and allegedly intimidating voters as well. So certainly a lot of political drama, controversy unfolding. Rebecca Schramm has a closer look at this trial, which actually stems from a lawsuit that was filed 3 years ago.
You might remember the end of 2020. The political stakes were high leading up to the U.S. Senate runoff here in Georgia. A conservative group based out of Texas called True the Vote announced it was challenging the eligibility of more than 360,000 Georgia voters. Well, soon afterward, a liberal voting rights group called Fair Fight, which was founded by Democrat Stacey Abrams, filed a lawsuit saying the conservative group was intimidating voters by recruiting volunteers to monitor ballots cast at the polls and offering up to $1 million to pay the legal expenses of anyone who has to go to court to challenge a voter's eligibility. The defendants in this lawsuit, True the Vote, argue that Georgia law allows citizens to question the voting eligibility of their neighbors. Whatever the outcome of this lawsuit, it will affect future eligibility challenges. If the judge sides with the conservative group, more like-minded groups might be inspired to do mass voter challenges. If the judge sides with the liberal group, people might think twice about doing so. The trial is expected to get underway today in Gainesville. We will monitor it and we'll let you know what happens. In Atlanta, Rebecca Schramm, Atlanta News First.
All right, on a much lighter note, you know what? It's not too long before the kids start going trick-or-treating. It's always a fun time of year. But, you know, it can also present some hazards. So that's why in Dunwoody, the police department is hosting a free event to try to encourage safety. They are offering up some free goodies to keep your kids safe while trick-or-treating. One of the main things they're going to be handing out are some free blue flashing safety reflectors for the kids to wear next Tuesday on Halloween. And that giveaway is happening at Brook Run Park from 5 until 8 o'clock tonight. And of course, you know, very important that the kids, you make sure that the cars can see them and they stay out of the way of traffic. Otherwise, that could be a problem. As for the weather forecast, you know, only meteorologist Rodney Harris has the answer to that. And I don't want to speak out of turn, but I heard some stuff.
Well, we got some good stuff happening, at least initially, Joy. So it's really feeling more like spring through the weekend as opposed to being fall time. It's hot today. It's 78 degrees. Yesterday's high was 76, so a couple of degrees warmer today. The normal high for this time of year is 71, so definitely above average. I do want to talk about why our temperatures are so warm. You can see with first alert radar, we have rain and storms really in Texas extending all the way back up into the Midwest. There's snow up in the northern portions of the country. But if you look at the southeast, there's like a big hole where there's no precipitation at all. And that is because of what we call an upper level high that is centered right over the southeastern U.S. We talk about these highs all the time because they happen a lot during the summer. These upper level highs produce warmer temperatures and typically drier weather, and that's exactly what we are seeing today, and that's what we're going to see over the next several days. So as we look at your 7-day forecast, notice how we go from 78 today to 80 on Friday, 82 on Saturday, 84 on Sunday. So we just warm up more and more. Remember, the normal low for this time of year is 71, so definitely above average as we go through the weekend. No rain whatsoever and a lot of sunshine, so you can get out there and really enjoy this outdoor weather. Sort of a bonus for this time of the year, but it will eventually come to an end. We do have a big time cold front that'll move through next week, early next week. So looks like this front will move in and the temperature drop will be gradual. So we'll go to 69. We'll go from 82 on Monday to 69 on Halloween to 57 on Wednesday. And then Wednesday morning, 42. So it's feeling like spring through the weekend, but a pretty drastic drop in temperatures by the middle of next week. I also want to point out, you see there's a 20% chance of rain in the forecast for Halloween and Wednesday. This front will bring rain with it, but to be honest, it's difficult to nail down the timing, the exact timing right now. So we do have that 20% coverage for Tuesday and Wednesday, but that could change. As of today, it does look like we could see some showers on Halloween evening, so circle that on your calendar, and those showers may extend into early Wednesday morning. But again, our modeling is honestly not doing a great job with this particular front and how it may produce rain. So it's possible that those rain chances may change. Even the days that we see rain may change next week. But as of now, we have Halloween and Wednesday circled for that slight chance of some showers. We'll certainly keep you up to date on that because we know that's important as you get the kids out to trick-or-treating. But again, it could change, so just make sure and follow us on Atlanta News First and right here on our social channels. So really, really warm, very spring-like through the weekend, and then the temperature just plummets as we head toward the middle of next week. So really, right as we start November 1st, that's when those colder temperatures will arrive. We will keep you up to date on the 7-day forecast. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez will have the latest on Atlanta News First at noon. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great Thursday, and we'll see you soon.